Well then, ladies and gentlemen, it is the final home game of the season, and they don't get much bigger than this, to be honest. Aston Villa against Tottenham Hotspur, a team that historically we struggle against at home. A team that have already beat us this season, 4-1 actually, in a very, very embarrassing performance away. One of the several for Aston Villa. But our home record is a lot better. As we are now, I think we've surpassed 20 games unbeaten at home in all competitions. We've beat the likes of Bayern Munich this season at home in the Champions League. Manchester City beat at home this season. Our record at home has been very, very good. And we need that to be very good again today. Hello to everyone on live on YouTube and TikTok as always. And we're going to keep a huge eye as well on the other fixture that is being played in the Premier League, which is just as important if you're a Villa fan. That kicks off 45 minutes after Villa's game does. It's Chelsea against Manchester United at 8:15. All eyes will be on that one as well. Trust me, after the end of this game. I am terrified. Villa and Chelsea almost in a straight-up shootout for Champions League now. There is an off chance for Nottingham Forest. Let's not count them out entirely. But Forest would have to basically see Villa and Chelsea drop several points in that time and sneak ahead of both. It could happen, but Villa, we are playing a second-string Spurs side today, and Chelsea are playing a second-string United side today. So for both teams to drop points, I don't know. It's not looking fantastic. Forest do play Chelsea, though, so you never know. It's not all doom and gloom for Forest, but I would imagine from this point on, it will probably be between Aston Villa and Chelsea. We'll go through the lineups of both teams. Give me your score predictions. Thank you for the heart me from Mason. I appreciate you, mate. We'll go through the lineups of both teams. It is a much changed Spurs side. Compared to what you're going to see in the Europa League final at the very least. Up the Villa, says Mason. Leverett, well, I understand you don't care about this game. I saw a lot of Spurs fans literally say that they don't care if they get hammered. Thank you for the... Oh my God, loads of gifts. Thank you so much, Mason. Roses, a GG. You're awesome. You're awesome, bro. Thank you very much for the gifts. For Spurs... Oh, you know what? I always go Villa first. I'm going to be very kind to Tottenham. I'll go through their team first because it's so funny. Kingsky is in goal. It's not their main keeper. Vicario is not listed. He's on the bench for Tottenham. They have a back four of Reguilon, Ben Davis, Danso, and Jed Spence. Other than Spence, I mean, that back four is horrendous. Davis and Reguilon on one side is horrendous. Absolutely horrendous, to be honest. I mean, we could still lose this game, and this clip here could age very badly. But that is a honking side. Their midfield, Archie Gray is in midfield. To be fair, he's played a lot of games in defence where he's out of position, but he is in midfield for Tottenham next to Sarr, and they've got an attack of Mikey Moore on one side, Odubel on the other. Heung-min Son in a 10 role behind Tell. Up front for Tottenham, Matthias Tell. I think he scored against Villa, actually, in the FA Cup. I'm going to just double-check that. I think in the 2-1 he did. He did indeed. He's only scored 3 goals for Tottenham. No, he hasn't. He scored, for Tottenham. He did score for France under 21s, apparently. But since the FA Cup, he scored another 2. One against Southampton, another against Wolves. Hasn't scored in quite a few games, though, for Spurs. A lot of those being sub-appearances, in fairness to him, but... I don't know. I know a lot of Tottenham fans don't care about today, and that's fair, but we'll see how it goes. Guys, double tap the screen if you're watching on TikTok. Hello to everyone. Hello to Michael on YouTube. Don't know why Spurs requested the move when they're not even playing their best team. I don't know. I think it's to give any advantage you can get, to be honest. And yeah, they've got a small advantage. Ollie Watkins has come on with his kids, which is really cute, actually. Ollie becoming Aston Villa's all-time leading goal scorer in the Premier League. And there's a huge tifo of Ollie Watkins' name, and that is quite adorable. I think those are his kids. I'm guessing so because he's got them in his hands. It's not just the one. Villa's lineup is a lot stronger. I will say that it's Emi Martinez in goal. It's a back four of Matty Cash, Konza, Pau Torres, and Ian Matson, which I'm very happy to see Matson start. Boubacar Kamara alongside Amadou Onana in that midfield pivot. Morgan Rogers once again out wide with Asensio down the middle. John McGinn being on the left-hand side. and Ollie Watkins is your lone man up top today. So it's a similar setup. Some people will say 4-4-2, some will say 4-3-3. I think it pivots between the two. I don't think in modern football you see a strict formation. I think it's quite free-flowing, especially with an Unai Emery system, as Asensio will often be that shadow for Ollie Watkins and often make runs himself. We've seen a few goals. His form has dried up since that Southampton game, though, where he missed 2 penalties, and it is a concern. Because he's a top player, but he's not been at it. I think it's fair to say. Ever since the Southampton game, because he was scoring almost every single week prior to that. Tottenham will beat Aston Villa. Says Tottenham are the best. Well, that's very bold, and it could happen, but we'll see. To be fair to tell, we've been terrible. Fair. Tottenham get battered everywhere they go. Says mind your own. For the Spurs fans, I want to know what you guys think of the score today. Obviously, if you're Villa, do let me know too. But if you're Spurs, let me know. If you're a Spurs fan, what do you reckon? Because it's not going to be easy. Obviously, Spurs won't care. I understand that. Spurs won't care. Villa's record, though, at home is unbelievable. Our record is beyond 20 games unbeaten now. And that could still mean we could end up unbeaten today, and I'm still sad. If we get a draw, I mean, I would be very depressed. We have to win. In the circumstance Villa are in, we have to win anyway, but especially against a weakened Spurs side, we have absolutely no excuse, in my opinion. That could help Tottenham, though. Some of these second-string players might want to feature in that final. Maybe they'll do anything and everything they can to feature, which possibly does include a man-of-the-match performance against Aston Villa. Yeah. We are just observing a minute's silence for Peter McFarlane and Jake Finley. That's actually a minute applause. I like those better because no one can ruin it. A minute's applause are clear, in my opinion. The other game, Chelsea United. I'm going to have a quick peek at their lineups. I imagine it's going to be a similar story for United. So Onana in goal, a back five of Dorgu, Shaw, Maguire, Lindelof, Mazraoui. Luke Shaw, I'm not surprised with. It's a quite strong team, though. I thought it would be a bit weaker than that. You've got Mason Mount, Casemiro, and Diallo with Højlund and Fernandes. I'm really surprised they've not rested Bruno Fernandes. There's a few players in there I'm surprised. Casemiro, I thought hands down would get a rest. Bruno, I thought would get a rest. And Højlund, I thought would. I'm really surprised by that. That's quite a strong United team. I mean, look at Spurs today, right? I'm gonna approve your comment. Look at Spurs today. They've put their backup keeper in goal, but yet United. I mean, that's a strong United team. I'm really surprised. Chelsea, Sanchez in goal. James Adara Biat. I can't even say his name. Tosin. I'll just call him that. That's why people call him Tosin, because I'm yeah, I'm not going to pronounce that. We are underway at Villa Park. Just give me 1 second. Colwell, Cucurella, Caicedo, Fernandes, Neto one side, Madueke the other, Palmer, and George. With Jackson suspended, it is Tyreek George up front for Chelsea. Huge pressure on his shoulders. We are underway, though, as I've said. Aston Villa against Tottenham. Long ball for Watkins to chase. Kinski shall put it out of play for Tottenham. Don't think that's something he entirely wanted to do, that, Kinski. The final home game of the season. Come on, Villa. I swear, if we bottle today, I will be very sad. Michael says possibly 2 points off second after tonight. Well, we'll see. Let's take it one moment at a time. Matty Cash with an early cross for Villa, deflected. Dealt with quite well, actually, by Danzo there. Spurs enduring a bit of a high press on Villa. Son. They launch it long to the halfway line, but give the ball straight back to Villa. We're going to see, I think, a lot of Villa possession here. Lewis says we're going to bottle. Spurs, well, they do have a B team, yeah. And the poll set reckons 3-0 because of the B team. Tottenham said, don't forget what happened last time we came to Villa Park. Yeah, Villa won 2-1 in the FA Cup. I don't know if you mean the league. I know my record against Spurs in the league's not been great. But the last time Villa played Tottenham was in the FA Cup, which we won. It's just the Villa way, I think. We love a bottle. We absolutely love a bottle. Switch to the play into Cash on the right hand side for Villa. Getting booed by the Spurs fans. I forgot about the whole... Was it Bentancur he injured? Who was it? Who was it that Cash crippled? It was Bentancur, wasn't it? I completely forgot. And the boos just kind of... it jiggled my memory a little bit there. I remember he absolutely clattered into a Spurs player. Maatson for Villa. Spurs, I literally haven't seen touch the ball like more than 2 times so far already. Gonna be hopefully not a tough game. I'm gonna be looking at the clock all game. I'm telling you, as the longer this stays 0-0, the more tense and nervous I'm gonna be. Don't want to think about it. Do not want to think about it. Like I said, guys, please double tap the screen if you haven't already. If you're watching on YouTube, I'm live on YouTube and TikTok, AJS TV. Feel free to watch on either. We do have stats on screen, which should appear fairly soon. If you're watching on YouTube, bear with me. Hang on, I'm going to implement them right now because I've got a little issue with it. Why is it not working? I promoted it, then it doesn't work. It's also live player ratings as well. That will come through. There we go. I fixed it. With the stats are now available. Yeah, we're gonna have live player ratings as the game progresses as well. Hello, Colin. Hello from Sunderland. I hope you guys get promoted, mate. Sunderland back in the Premier League. I will be there. Honestly, a major miss in the Premier League. A ground like that, a fan base like that, should be up there. So I wish you all the best. I mean, it's not just for you lot. Sheffield United bore me in the Premier League. The last 2 seasons they've had in the division, they've been awful. So, yeah, I hope you guys do it for many reasons. I wish you all the luck. Matty Cash with a really poor pass there. Hello to Erica. How you doing? Seeking says, I'm nervous. I mean, you're not truly a Villa fan if you're not nervous about a game we should win. I feel more nervous about the games we should win. I like it when we're an underdog. I feel like Villa do much better when we're not expecting to win. When we are the team that's expected to get the points, that's where we start to crumble a little bit. We always struggle against a low block, and Spurs could resort to that. I know it's probably not the Ange way, but if they're starting to get peppered, they are going to drop deeper and deeper, especially with an inexperienced side, a back four that hasn't really played together that often. You know, Ben Davies has barely played for Tottenham at all recently. Oh, that's a good ball looking for Son, though. Spurs on the break. Son, chance for Tottenham. Good bit of defending that from Matty Cash. He actually deflected that comfortably in the hands of Martinez. But Son catching Villa a little bit there on the break. Villa's high line, Cash. I mean, it was a high line, but if Cash is going to follow Son, he might as well do his full defensive duties and tackle the ball because he kept him on side. I don't mind that as long as you actually win the ball. Massive game. It is indeed, Ryan. It is indeed. A lovely stat to read. Top away scorers at Villa Park. Heung-min Son with 6. That's crazy. Son is literally the highest Premier League scorer away. That's unbelievable. Robbie Fowler in second as well. That's a crazy record to have. I think he scored a hat-trick at Villa Park once as well. When we got hammered by Tottenham. I mean, in the one of several games we've got hammered by Tottenham over the last, decade. Son wasted that. We need to be careful. Yeah, I mean, he's had a poor season, so I was probably not surprised to Spurs fans, but we do have to be careful. Son of 2 years ago probably buries that. Early cross of Villa looking for Watkins. Kinski flapped at that. I think if Ollie knew Kinski weren't going to get it, Ollie might have gambled more on that. He still got it, though. Ollie in the box. Finds Tielemans, gets a shot away. Good save, Kinski, but straight at him. It was the weaker boot of Ollie Watkins. Yeah, I think Kinski. I mean, look, the commentary have given him a bit of praise there, but I don't know. I feel like what he did there was quite dodgy. He could have missed that very easily. Torres, good ball forward for Villa. Watkins with the cushion pass into Asensio. Villa down the left. Onana now. Bit of pressure from Odegaard. That's a great ball. Asensio cross. Looking for Rodgers. Poor pass, really. Oh, one back. Shot! Oh, put over the bar. Really, really good win back from John McGinn. He did rush the shot, though. Oh, that's a waste, I think. Yeah, it is. It is just a... What is Spence doing? I mean, I really rate Jed Spence. He's had a nightmare there. He's just slipped over on the ball. McGinn robs him, and then it's one of those where I don't think he's thought about it. It's just instinctive shot towards goal, but it has gone over, and it will go down as a wasted opportunity for Aston Villa. If he probably had more time on the ball there, he probably would have looked to support Ollie rather than selfishly go for goal. McGinn on the ball again, though, for Villa. Into Rodgers. He was fouled. Play on. Rodgers' pass is honking. And that is a waste. We might as well have took the free kick. Terrible ball from Rodgers. Terrible, terrible ball. Oh, I said Tielemans. The ghost of Tielemans is still in my brain. It isn't, unfortunately, Tielemans. I do miss him, though. That's probably why I thought I saw him. He's in my dreams. My player of the season this year. 100%. It probably would have been... I don't know who actually that would have been. Maybe his ghost did appear on the pitch, you know? Maybe it weren't just me. Oh, man. What a player he is, though. I remember the Leicester fans were very, very upset that he left and were telling Villa players, and not Villa players, we were telling Villa fans that he won't be a good player. That he will be someone who doesn't track back, someone who doesn't work hard. And I remember some Leicester fans were calling him like a luxury player. If you're winning comfortably, he's fine. But as soon as the going gets tough, he doesn't appear. And it's been none of that. He's been a top performer for Villa, a real professional. As a Spurs fan, you know what? I hope Villa get Champions League again. Well, I appreciate that. I think it's just good to have different teams in the competition. I think Villa in the last couple of years under Unai have been very good. This year has been a bit wobbly defensively. I mean, we had negative goal difference for most of it so far. We are in the positive for now, but for a lot of the season, I think for 2/3 of the season, we had either a neutral or a negative goal difference. We have recovered it though. Our form recently has been top, absolute top class, and it's given us like that glimpse of Champions League. And now, if we can just get 2 wins, you never know. I mean, if Chelsea win those games, it doesn't matter in the end. But if we can end the season strong, I'm happy with that. And Europa League, it wouldn't be the end of the world. It's Unai Emery's competition at the end of the day. Like he's won it the most. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Hopefully we can win Wednesday. Spurs, look, even with a second string Spurs side, it's not going to be super easy. McGinn on the ball for Villa. Maatsen, chance. Maatsen, dear. Okay. Not the greatest of shots for me and Maatsen there, to be honest. Lovely back heel from McGinn into Maatsen. Yeah, his shot's awful there. You know what I think it was? I think Boubacar Kamara has his hair in braids, and I feel like the shininess on the top of his head made me think it was Tielemans' short hair. I don't know what it was. I genuinely thought I saw Tielemans. Obviously he's been out for I think 2 games now, 1 game at the very least. I know he didn't play against Bournemouth. McGinn looking for Asensio, finds him. Asensio for Villa. Rodgers in support. Kamara edge of the box. Watkins gets the 1-2. That's not the idea. Oh, anyone other than Kamara there, I feel like that would have been fine. But Kamara as a holding midfielder probably just doesn't have the intricate touch there that Ollie's looking for. McGinn, though, looked very promising so far in this game. Lots of early interceptions, lots of driving runs, and 11 minutes gone. I would say it's been all Aston Villa so far. Obviously, a long way to go. Michael says, always seem to make it hard work of it when we're expected to win. Seeking says, let's do this. Indeed, let's do this. Son for Tottenham. Rare attack for Spurs down the left-hand side. There is an overlap of Reguilon. Son with the cross. I feel like Konza puts it out of play. I feel like he could have left that because it wasn't really towards anyone of note. And it's just kind of like put it in row Z just to be sure. I just think it's a needless corner to concede there. The Spurs attack had very little impetus in it. Corner to Tottenham though. And it would be a very Villa way to concede a goal in this kind of circumstance where it's been all Villa and a second string Spurs side score a corner. Villa have the best defensive record from corners this season, only conceding 2. So can we not break that in this game? Son corner into the arms of Martinez. I mean, if he does that, every corner will be literally fine. That was a very flat corner. Bowled out to Matson. Torres. That corner was as flat as Keira Knightley. Like, seriously, right in the hands of Martinez. And look, Emmy loves to catch a cross anyway. That's as simple as it's going to get. There. Very little press from Spurs so far in this game as well, which I'm surprised with. I know Tottenham love a press, but I think they are worried about conceding an early goal today. Confidence can't be the highest right now, really. I know they're in a Europa League final, but in the league, they can't be confident. There. Konza for Villa. The possession, by the way, 66% for Villa. And the 3 shots to, well, I was going to say to Spurs anything, but they've had no shots in the game at all. 0.15 XG. Free kick Aston Villa, foul. Half to 8. The score's 0-0, my friend. We've only just started. We are 13 minutes into the game. It's been all Villa so far, just haven't really threatened too often, but we've caught them in and around their box, but just not done anything of note. But I would say Villa have been the dominant side so far. Cash with the short free kick. Asensio hooks across towards the box. Poor delivery, really. I don't think he wanted that pass from Cash, to be honest. And now Spurs could hit Villa on the break. Odegaard, Cash dropping back in position. Son now down the left. Son has been heavily involved so far in Tottenham's attack. Cuts inside. Nearly seen nearly seen some classic Heung-min Son there. He's just tried to bend that in the far corner. Not that far wide, you know. I thought it took a deflection on its way through it. Seemingly not. I will say that's bold from Son to do that. Bends it towards that far corner. It's not far away at all, you know, and that's something we have to be careful of. He's really up for this game, Son. Like I said, he loves Villa Park. Scores so many goals here. As Sky showed in their overlay, 6 goals at this ground, more than any other player in the Premier League era, which is a crazy stat. Konza, quarter of an hour gone at Villa Park, still goalless. Quick pass forward, looking for Watkins, well read and watched by Ben Davies. I'm worried we're going to see like a Johnny Evans style performance from one of the Spurs players. I remember earlier this season, Villa drew 0-0 in a dismal draw against an Erik ten Hag Man United side, and Johnny Evans got man of the match. And I'm worried it could happen. Spurs on the break again. And we are struggling to keep up with their pace. Cross! What a save, Martinez! Spurs could have took the lead there. It was a back heel towards goal. What a cross from Odegaard. Martinez pulls off a really fine save. Villa have to wake up a little bit defensively here. They're hurting us down this left-hand side on the break. Villa is such a high line. And they're not dillying about. They're just hammering the ball forward each time, playing on the break. I mean, look how fast they transition the ball. It's literally route one. It's direct as they come. It's like non-league football. It's just thump forward, but it's working. And wow, the defending from Villa's awful there. Odegaard in front of goal probably should score that. He's unmarked. Konza and Onana ball watching for Villa. Neither closing Odegaard down. He does a fancy flick towards goal. So really top save from Martinez. But, yeah. Well, Michael, it is more Matty Cash's side. That's where Son is attacking, but I think the back line has struggled a little bit so far. And like I said, I think the Spurs fans could be quite happy with what they've seen so far. I think, although I would have said Villa have been dominant, that's easily the best chance of the game we've seen. Would have been a terrific goal. I mean, my embarrassment and shame would have been at an all-time high if we conceded to, a B team, a Tottenham B team that have lost so many games this season. Foul Villa, 17 gone, still 0-0. Guys, if you're watching on TikTok, we've got 126 live viewers on TikTok. Please double tap the screen. I'd appreciate that. I am live also on YouTube if you want better viewing, essentially. We've got live player rating so far. It's not rated what Asensio and Rodgers have done. Honestly, I don't disagree. We also have live match stats. That chance for Tottenham was valued at 0.28 XG, if anyone's interested. I never really know how I feel about XG. I feel like it can be like a really interesting stat, and sometimes I feel like it's useless. How you doing, Jerome? How you doing, mate? And Segan says Spurs have free shot, no pressure. In a little bit lightweight in defence. So we are, trying to take the game to Spurs is completely fine, and it's something we should do, but we hardly leave anyone back. With a line that high too, it kind of plays into Spurs' plan a little bit. Onana by the corner flag for Villa. Leaves it for McGinn. Danzo and Spence out to meet him. Play it backwards. Early cross in. Rodgers! Oh, should score that. Rodgers should score. Kinski makes a fine save. Rodgers has to score. He's in front of goal. Oh, right. He has to score that, no? What a cross, Onana. Yeah, Rodgers. Really? I think I don't think Rodgers gets a touch on it. I don't think he gets... If he does, it's minimal. So good save, Kinski. He watched it all the way, but Rodgers should bury that, I think. It's a terrific cross. I didn't expect to cross from Onana. He rushed it, but to great effect. McGinn cross for Villa towards Asensio, only half cleared by Spurs. Onana does well to keep it. Asensio cross! Good defending from Spurs. They hoof it forward. Kamara wins the initial header. It's a bit of head tennis here against Tel. And although Spurs did win the battle of attrition there with headers, they just thump it forward straight to Martinez anyway. 20 gone. Still, it remains 0-0 between the two sides. But not for the lack of trying. Not for the lack of trying. Like I said, we'll keep an eye on the United game when that kicks off in, how long now? 25 minutes? All eyes will be on that after the end of the Villa game. Literally all four sets of supporters will probably be watching each other's games. Obviously, the Chelsea and Villa going neck and neck in the fight for Champions League. Man United and Spurs in the Europa League final. And Villa also play Man United next week as well. So I'll be watching a lot of United. Konza into Maatsen. Possession still very high and very much in Villa's favour so far. Yeah, the XG for Rodgers' chance was pretty high. I think he could have done more with that. Jerome says he's watching 2 games. Peter says we ain't playing well again. I think there's just a bit of nerve in this Villa side. I think there's just a little bit of nerve going on here, unfortunately. Walsall in the playoffs. Yeah, Walsall won 2-0, didn't they, first leg? So I'll have a quick glance what's going on, unless you just keep me updated. I know Walsall had an absolute horrendous end to the season. Bottled promotion despite having a 13-point lead. Finishing outside the top 3 on the... I think they dropped out of the top 3 before the final day, but they were in the top 3 for most of the season. So, yeah. For Walsall fans' sake, I hope they go up because it's a horrendous season if they don't. They can kind of forget about the bottle if they don't go up. Free kick Villa. Foul. 21 minutes gone. Still goalless between the two sides. Maatsen and Asensio both surrounding the free kick. I would imagine it would be a Maatsen cross. Oh, he leaves it. Goes on a run, in fact. Asensio puts the ball in instead. I mean, we just can't win a header inside the box. I think that's the issue when we don't have Tyrone Mings. We lose a lot of the our aerial threat. Sarr has won multiple headers for Tottenham. Has played very well so far. Matty Cash with the throw for Villa. Back towards Ezri Konza. Visca Barca. I do think you're going to lose, unfortunately. Oh, Ollie Watkins. Watkins didn't go for a shot there. That's crazy. Watkins trying to be unselfish and lay the ball into Asensio, but he should... Could he have just not hit that first time towards goal? He's inside the box, not too much in front of him in terms of Tottenham defence, and I feel like that's a wasted opportunity again for Villa. Cash does really well, brings a foul, and the Villa fans happy with that. I think Cash wanted a book in there, but you're probably not going to get it. Oh, he is! Oh, Cash is getting a booking. Cash is getting a booking because he asked for a yellow card. You know what? It's in this. It's silly, but it's in the rules. Cash did ask him to get booked, so you know what? You know what? It's in the rules. It's a silly way to get yourself carded, Cash. What is he doing? Genuinely. Rather than shake your hand and ask for a card, why don't you just ask him? And don't insinuate like with hand gestures. Just be like, is that not a card, ref? Or, you know. Such a silly way to get a card. In a huge game like this as well. Dear, dear, dear. Cash, not the best from him. He's getting some stick from the Spurs travelling faithful. Spurs go long. Konza should deal with that. He does. Back towards Torres. And I keep saying it, and I hope I don't keep saying it. The longer this stays 0-0, the more tense I'm going to get. Because we have to win. Essentially, we have to win home and away in our final two games. Spurs and United. Torres towards McGinn. Not the best of balls, though. And again, Villa lose possession in a silly way. Son picks up the pieces for Tottenham. Good tackle from Cash, though. Thrown to Tottenham on the halfway line to shut down their potential counter-attack. Cash needs to let... he should have allowed McGinn to go over. Just don't do something that's literally in the rules to say you shouldn't do it. Like, it is in the rules. So he's very silly. Like, the referee does his job there to book it. I know some might not have, or some might have missed it, but he does his job there, in fairness, the referee. So Cash is an idiot. How you doing, Murad? I'm tired as heck. How come, mate? That looks like a foul, by the way. Does the referee give it? I think he does. Tell is complaining. Son goes over as the club captain for Tottenham to argue their case. Yeah, it is a foul on Rodgers. It's probably not a booking, but he does literally foul Rodgers. I don't know. I don't see how he can see any. I don't know. I don't get why some players refute every refereeing claim. Some fouls are so obvious. It's like, why even argue your case? Torres into Maatsen. Villa down the left. 25 gone. Still goalless. Maatsen trying to find a way through. He actually might lose the ball to Mikey Moore here. He's surrounded. Still on it, though. Jed Spence now having to recover. Cross isn't the best. He did okay with the ball, considering he was completely surrounded. But the ball into the box was never going to threaten them. Konza into Torres. Intricate one-touch passing from Villa right now. Trying to draw Spurs out. Onana nearly getting dispossessed. Villa still keep it alive. Are we going to go down the right, perhaps? Because we've only focused really down the left all game. Rodgers barely getting on the ball, which I'd love Rodgers down the middle. Against a team like this, you know, a B's team for Tottenham that is out of form, I'd love Rodgers to actually run at them, but he's once again out wide, restricting what he can do. Kamara into Onana. The score is still goalless, my friend. Score is still goalless. Think we are going to miss Tielemans in this game? Yep, unfortunately. unfortunately. His passing is unbelievable. His passing range is top class. Cross for Villa towards Asensio, flicks it with his heel. It's a fancy effort that was never really going to threaten the goal. It's one that would have gone on his highlight reel if that would have gone in, but that was never really going to threaten anything. We are softening up Spurs for the kill. I love your attitude towards that. I think it's great. I'm more worried about, are we going to be toothless in front of goal again? Like I said, I've just had vibes of that United home game all day today. I've just had a bad feeling. Because Villa, when the going gets tough sometimes, go to shit. Sheffield United at home. Last season. You know? Oh no, not last season, the season before. When we... Oh no, it would have been last season. It would have been last season. And what am I waffling about? When we could have been top of the league at Christmas and we drew. An absolute horror show. Bloody Zaniola had to rescue us that game. Archer scored against his own bloody team. Well, academy team, I suppose. It wasn't on loan. It felt like a loan because he was coming back. And we knew he was coming back because of how bad they'd been that season. Onana for Villa. Hammers the pass forward. I mean, Watkins does really well to control that because it's missile towards him. Asensio does well to keep the ball here. Skips past another tackle. Asensio, what a ball! Chance! Oh, great block. That would have been fantastic. Asensio cooks Spurs then. Great ball into Ollie. Good bit of one-on-one defending from Danzo, though, to stop Ollie Watkins. Rodgers tries to poke the ball forward towards Ollie and once again does get dispossessed. Rodgers has not been at it all game so far. But Asensio, that was very nice. And now here comes Spurs with Son. Son against Onana. Has to be pushed outside the box here. Yeah, it is interesting seeing Rashford there. Obviously, he is not available. Injured. He got injured before the Crystal Palace game. So it is interesting to see Son. Not Son. I've got Son on my mind because I've been watching Son attack Villa for the last half hour. It's interesting to see Rashford still in the stands for Villa. I like that. I've heard lots of reports. I don't read too much into it until I actually physically see something, but I have heard reports that he's more interested in staying at Villa than going abroad, but we'll see. Who's to know? Genuinely, who's to know? It's all guesswork. Because if Barcelona do come in with an offer, he probably might go. I don't know. We'll see, though. We will see. Murad says, what, give you a rest day? I can't do this anymore. Okay. You'll be fine, mate. Don't worry. Good tackle, Onana, to win the ball back for Villa. Maatsen, half hour gone, still goalless. Maatsen, passing to Rodgers, cross. He didn't really look... I mean, it's a good ball, but no one there to attack it for Villa. That's been like the story of the half, really. Rodgers has it again, though. Maatsen in the box, gets a 1-2 on the byline. Cross towards Kamara. And that is the touch of a holding midfielder once more from Kamara. I like him being aggressive and going forward, but he just doesn't have... He doesn't have the skills sometimes going forward at Kamara. One of the best tacklers of a ball you'll see, and someone who works tirelessly in midfield, but he's not the best going forward. And we've seen that a few times. Rate the effort, though. I always will. Guys, double tap screen. As always, I'm live on YouTube and TikTok for the watch along today. It's still Aston Villa 0, Spurs 0, half an hour played. Spurs second string side, though. I'll give them credit. They're doing all right. They've caught Villa a little bit on the break. Odegaard probably should have scored for Tottenham. And then Morgan Rodgers missed pretty much a sitter for Villa down the other end. But it's as you were. It's 0-0. McGinn, though, gets away from Spence. Could get across in here. McGinn in the box now for Villa. I mean, Spence does really well to keep him out. Cuts it back. Kamara. Rodgers trying to sort his feet out into Watkins on an angle. Pulls it back. No one there to attack it. And no one really wanted to take the shot away, it seems. I mean, The only one I'll probably say didn't need to shoot there. Watkins was quite far on an acute angle out wide, and he does a good cutback, but just no one on the penalty spot to finish. Asensio into Cash. In the box now is Rodgers, cuts it back again, but once again, well cut out. Spurs defensively, for the second team, have defended quite resolutely here. I will give them credit. Like, Villa have cut them apart with passes, but they've always got that last-ditch tackle. Time and time again. No one just wants to shoot, though. That's the thing with Villa. We're trying to pass the ball into the goal here. A game that we have to win. I don't know. It's nice to watch. Like, Villa, if someone here is watching as a neutral, we are a terrific team to watch, but I want us to put the ball in the net, man. I don't care how we do it. We just have to win today. Have to win. Segan says Villa B team beats Nottingham Forest. I mean, Forest have fell off a cliff, but I don't know. Olsen in goal. I don't think we beat anyone. Awkward ball into the box for Villa to defend. Maatsen does really well with it. And he's had a bright game, Maatsen. Plays a good ball as well. Looking for Watkins. Doesn't find Ollie on the first attempt, but Ollie gets the second ball. Has to hold up play here to allow his Villa players to surround him. Ollie's still... Oh, I mean, that's a horrible foul. What is that? And that is a deserved booking. Ollie's on his own, and they just couldn't possess him. And Archie Gray with a very lazy, cynical challenge on Watkins. And a deserved yellow card for the Spurs, man. I mean, he just couldn't get the ball off Ollie. Hassled him over and over again. Seeking Olsen is shit. Come on, dude. Seriously. He has had clean sheets before, but it's not been down to Olsen, really. Olsen is a horrendous goalkeeper. He has one of the worst save to goals conceded ratios we've ever had in a keeper. He's horrendous. Conceded 4 in a European semi-final. Need I say more? Need I say more? And I think they only had 5 shots on target all game as well. Free kick Villa. Cash fakes the first time. Asensio does put it into the box. But it's a not great delivery again. We still keep it though. Asensio gets it back. Puts another cross. This time, again, it's really, really poor delivery. Look, the referee blows up anyway, but Asensio, for how well he's and how good his passing has been, his crossing has been pretty poor today. Had a very much a mixed bag of a game so far. The play ratings, if anyone is interested, if you're watching on TikTok, I am live on YouTube. The play ratings so far have absolutely butchered Rodgers. I struggle to disagree. I think Rodgers has really struggled to get involved today, and he's just looked fatigued. I think he's looked fatigued since before the Palace game. I know people will say, "Oh, but AJ put that cross in for Ollie, and it was an unbelievable ball." But we've not seen Rodgers do his trademark, like ball carrying dribble for how long now? You know, and he struggles to do that out wide anyway. But I don't think this is like the sharpest Morgan Rodgers we've seen for a while, and we never rest him, and I don't really know why. He does win a tackle here, though, and it's the first good thing he's done in this game. Can he follow it up with a cross, perhaps? Rodgers out wide. Does pull the ball back to Asensio. Could get a shot away here. Asensio does! Oh! Asensio just wide. Kinski rooted to the spot there. I mean, Kinski doesn't even dive at it. The ball's not that far wide. There's no way their keeper knew that was going wide. Oh my life, that is so unlucky. It nearly nestles in the far corner. Kinski had absolutely no chance. So unlucky. Would have been a terrific goal. From the angle I got, it really looked like it was going in, man. My heart sank. Bloody hell. Free kick Villa, foul. They're showing the touch map of Asensio. He's been heavily involved today, in fairness to Asensio. Like I said, I think if his set pieces improved, I would say very comfortably he's been our best player, but his set pieces have been quite honking. 70% possession now for Villa, if anyone is interested. It has been all Villa, with Spurs playing on the break. Villa, in fairness, with our high line, we have allowed them to attack us down the left-hand side on, well, a significant number of times now. Cash has struggled with Son a little bit. I don't know, Son's had a bad season, but he's done well today, I think. I think he can take some confidence in that. Asensio gets fouled, carries on. And yeah, I mean, the referee rightfully does pull the ball back. Asensio just looks at the referee and shakes his head. He has been hassled by Sarr. I think Sarr probably should be on a yellow card by now. I mean, he's done a number of these little small fouls here and there. Probably should be, but how many little fouls does Sarr have to do to get a yellow card? A Steve McManaman. Oh, you can't say that. That's funny. Free kick Villa. McGinn is around it this time, which is good. Let McGinn take them. McGinn free kick is good towards Konza! And already, it's a good save, Kinski. That's much better. That's a much better delivery. He's provided, in one cross there, McGinn, a far better ball than Asensio. Right to the head of Konza. It's not the best header from Konza, but it's forced to save from Kinski, and that's all I care about. AJ, tell me how to pronounce it, mate. You are English. I literally said it. It's Steve McManaman. It's not a hard name. I don't think it's a hard name to pronounce. I understand maybe if you're not English or if English isn't your first language, it might be a hard name to say quickly. But yeah, Steve McManaman. Not a bad player as well in his prime. Reguilon goes long for Spurs. Won back by Kamara. It was a bit awkward. And Tal actually robs him. He didn't collect that very well, Kamara. I don't know. I don't think Kamara's had the best of games so far for Villa. To be fair, Asensio, McGinn, back to goal, turns, tries to play it towards Watkins. I think we've got a throw in though for Villa. I don't think, well, McGinn, don't think he got the right touch on the ball there. Matty Cash throw. Will it be a long throw, I wonder? We haven't done that in a long time. Cash is doing a little bit of a run up here. Oh, another ball entered the pitch. No one can pronounce his name. What are you on about? Stevie G. Gerard. Actually, I don't know, lie detective, possibly. It might be a long throw from Cash. Oh, it goes short. I think he was pretending. Kamara. Edge of the box finds Konza. Some Villa fans wanted Konza to shoot. Are they stupid? Kamara fakes a shot. Once again, it's Villa side to side. Everyone's scared to bloody shoot. Asensio now on the byline. Cross. Good ball. No one attacks it, though. And that's just kind of been, so far, the game for Villa. Son is burning away for Spurs down the left here. It's a good chance at Tottenham. Cross finds no one. That's an awful ball from Son. Absolutely horrendous ball. Villa get it back. Son's cross was so bad, it was towards no one and it stayed in play. Maatsen back towards Martinez. 5 minutes to half time, guys. It remains Villa 0, Spurs 0. Yeah, guys, we've got 1,200 likes on TikTok. If we can push towards 2K, that would be fantastic. So I'm sure many of you haven't already hit the like button. I appreciate all your support as always. If you're watching on YouTube, I appreciate all your support. I've had a lot of support on both platforms, to be fair, today. So thank you, guys. If you haven't already, do hit subscribe. Not many Villa channels about. So even if you're not a Villa fan, there's a lot of hate watchers. I love a hate watch myself. Maybe you want to see me in tears at some point. Who knows? Cash down the right for Villa. Getting once again booed at by the Spurs fans. Asensio switches to play towards the left-hand side. Maatsen takes it down. Draws out Mikey Moore. Come on, I just want to see a shot on goal. We're so scared to shoot, man. And when ironically, when we have, it's been in situations where we probably shouldn't shoot. Cash with a cross. Once again, one back, and it's Spurs down the left. Every time it's Spurs down the left with Son. He is just the outlet for Tottenham on the break. Konza does really well to shoulder tail out the game there. Fantastic defender. Ezri Konza. I mean, Villa fans have said how underrated he is for a very, very long time. I always I always have commended how much of a professional Konsa is. Top performer on multiple occasions for Villa. Very clever centre back. Torres for Villa. He's not the most physical, but he's his brain's always switched on. Doesn't often make a silly mistake. Torres into Kamara. Spurs defending very compact here. Not dropping too deep. Not pressing too high. Matson. Good ball into Asensio. Cross towards Watkins. Only half cleared by Sarr. Sarr's been their best player. Sarr is a top player as well, you know. Genuinely. If he didn't play today, I wonder what this game would have been. Because he's been absolutely terrific. If there's any Spurs fan in chat, I'm sure you lot know how good he is anyway, because you watch him week in, week out. But he's been absolute top class for Tottenham today. Absolute top class. Seeing the replay of Son's cross. Yeah, it's a poor ball. He seemed to take far too much time there to deliver that cross. Why don't they cross the ball into the box and shoot test to keep it? I feel like we're just waiting for like the right opportunity, but the right opportunity never comes. So it's just kind of like pass, and let's hope that we actually get a clear sight to goal. But while we're passing all the time, we're missing potential opportunities. 2 minutes half time, still goalless, and like I said, the longer this stays 0-0, the more nervous I'm gonna be, especially with that Chelsea game going on. I'm alright, they're fine. Konsa. Possession, 71% possession has been in Aston Villa's favour. Other than the wasted opportunity of Rodgers in front of goal, not too much of credit really for Villa. Asensio had one just wide as well, but I expected Kinski to be forced to do more so far. Matson. Torres with a deflected cross. Falls a bit awkwardly. Asensio edge of the box for Villa. Once again, Spurs, everyone back defending. Another cross gets intercepted. We still keep it alive. Pau Torres making an outside run. Good pass into Matson in the box. His cross is deflected. Villa corner at the North Stand. Can we please try and keep the chat in English, please? Thank you very much. Because it's hard for me to monitor a chat if I literally don't understand it. I know that is probably Irish. It is Irish, but yeah. No, Paul, don't get me started. Don't get me started, mate. Corner taken short, which I don't know about. Cross into the box towards Cash. Looping. Son with the headed clearance of all players. Cash keeps it alive again for Villa. Under pressure from Tell. Might have been an offside there on Konsa, and there is. I saw that from here as well, unfortunately. Yeah. Poor pass. I don't know. I feel like we could have put the cross into the box. We do have options there. Goodness me. Well, apparently Sky Sports have just announced they're getting way more Premier League coverage next season. They're going from 120 to 200 odd games, which is interesting. I wonder why TNT Sport have allowed Sky to get that much coverage, you know? I find that really strange. Inana goes long, looking for Matson. Won back by Danzo for Spurs. It's a hopeful ball for Tottenham, though, that goes, well, nowhere, really. Villa have 20 seconds before half-time here to do absolutely anything of note. And, we're jogging the ball forward here. Come on, lads. We literally have 10 seconds, man. And we go back... we literally go back to Konsa. The referee is going to blow up. Or maybe one chance. Ball forward to Asensio. We have to put the ball into the box now. Kamara, he does. And it's hacked away. And that will be half-time. It is Villa 0. Tottenham 0. I don't think Unai looks too happy there. Seems to be rushing towards the dressing room with not the most cheery of looks on his face there. Half-time, Villa 0, Spurs 0. And I will say, I'm not impressed. I really thought we should do more. We've had 8 shots to their 2, but Spurs probably have had the best chance in the game. I mean, you could say the Rodgers chance is just as good, to be fair, as the Odebear one. But, I mean, he could have scored that. And Villa could be 1-0 down here, but yeah, it's all if, buts, and maybes. What we do know is that it's Villa 0, Tottenham 0 in a game that we have to win, you know. Reading some comments on Twitter already. Guys, I mean, if you support Villa, support Spurs, if you're watching as a neutral, let me know. Give me your thoughts so far on today. I'm going to read some Villa fans and some Spurs fans at halftime on Twitter and elsewhere on YouTube on my live streams. Both to score. I don't know. I feel like the game could open up with a goal. I feel like if there's going to be a goal today, it's not just going to stay at 1. I feel like Spurs will actually have to go at us now because they're starting to drop a little bit deeper and deeper and deeper, and then they only bother to push players forward when they can catch us on the break down the left-hand side. That's been their game plan. We just need to shut that down. How many more times is Emery going to play Rodgers out of position? It's getting ridiculous. Literally just switch him and McGinn around or play him centrally. Seems like everyone but Emery can see he doesn't suit playing right wing. Unfortunately, I do agree. And I've said it for weeks now. But Rodgers plays out wide constantly and I don't get it. He's just not that good there. This is where I get so frustrated with the slow build-up. They're happy to sit in and counter, so we've got to move it quicker. Wasted half, so let's let them settle into the game. As usual, when Emery comes up against weaker sides, get Marlon on. No wonder our fans are quiet when we play this slow. Yeah, I mean, Spurs fans will be more than delighted. More than delighted. They have defended very deep. Spurs didn't start that way, to be fair, but the longer this game has gone on, the deeper they have dropped. And, you know, when we've got the ball around their box, they don't even have Tell on the halfway line. He's dropping back as well. To just help defend for Spurs. We just have to be, I don't know, I feel like we're too patient. Maybe we could be a bit more direct. We've not really tried to hit them on the break at all game. But that seems to be Spurs' only plan. Reading some of Tottenham's comments. Actually, before I do that, I'll read some of the chat. Not good enough, says Paul. I do agree. It's got a draw written all over it. I really hope not. That'd be honestly, it'd be so disappointing. Not too shabby from Spurs. Yeah, I mean, fair play. Spurs will play well. So reading some Spurs fan comments I've seen over on Twitter. Bear with me. My chat has been colonised by the Irish. Okay, Murad. I don't care. One of the, literally, a Villa player in the past called God was Irish, so I don't think that matters. Actually think Kinski could be the starter in the next year or two, has the shot stopping with Vicario but can actually distribute the ball. We have to be more clinical on the counter. We'd love to see more possession build-up play in the second half. Son missed the chance in the 4th minute. He'd have either taken the shot himself or passed too slow. Kinski's save was incredible. Actually, an alright half. Ha ha ha. I mean, that says it all. They're literally laughing that it's a good half. I don't get the hint. Kinski hate. He's been incredible today. We're winning the league. Okay. Park the bus for another 45. Better than expected. Yeah. I mean, if you're a Chelsea fan, you're buzzing, essentially. You are absolutely buzzing. It's just the scoreline you want to see. I mean, I'll put it this way. Player ratings, the highest for Villa right now, if there's anything to go off at all, is Asensio with a 7.4. Spurs highest is literally their keeper in Kinski. Tell's had a very quiet game. I could probably count the number of touches Tell's had on the ball. Son, you know what? I'll give Son credit. I think Son has been a thorn at Villa's side a little bit. And I expected him to play down the middle, but he's basically been a left winger for Spurs. And every time they've come forward, Son's been involved. So I'll give him that. Yeah, Paul McGrath. Paul McGrath, my friend, indeed. Conor Scott Hogan's a terrible example, I suppose. Callum Robinson, Andy Townsend. Also, I think you've also forgot one as well, which is a bit of a rogue one. Samir Carruthers, I think, registered as Irish before. I'm just gonna Double check that. If I've pulled that out of the bag, I'm insane. Born in London, but I think he might... Yeah, Republic of Ireland under 21. I've pulled it out the bag. Samir Carruthers, bro. Aston Villa. He was in Aston Villa's academy, I think. Came through Cambridge, Arsenal, and went into Villa's academy in 2009. Played for several teams on loan. I mean, he's been in non-league since 2020, but a huge rogue shout from me. Samir Carruthers. Nothing game for Spurs, hence all the changes. I mean, yeah, but that's just helped Tottenham. They've got no pressure today where it's all the eyes are on Villa. Like, it's not just Villa fans, Chelsea supporters, the whole Premier League watching us. Forgot we were playing today, and I've slept through the first half. We play anyway. Okay, so this has been the half. It's been all Villa possession, but it's been a lot of sideways football. What else have we had? We've had Morgan Rogers miss a big opportunity in front of goal. I mean, he didn't quite get the connection he would have wanted. I don't think he got any connection at all. But Kinski made a fine save. But Spurs have hurt Villa down the left. Heung-min Son probably could have done a lot better. With a chance in the first few minutes, and then a cross from Son found Odebear. Or was it Odebear's? Actually, I can't remember if it was Son. Son did have a shot that hit the stanchion as well. Who put the cross in for Odebear? Oh, it was Tell. Tell put the ball in. And Odebear, literally by the penalty spot, completely free, gets a back heel towards goal, forced a great save from Martinez. But for Spurs having a second team out, they've played all right. They've sat quite deep. I expected that. In fairness, they have just sat back a lot. But yeah, I don't know. I think Spurs fans can be happy with how they play. If I was a Spurs fan, I'd be buzzing because I'd expect to basically play like this as like a best case scenario. Really. We should be punishing the back four. Yep, I agree. Ben Davies had a very quiet game considering he's kind of shy. I would have put a lot more pressure down the left-hand side. And yet we've been going down the other end. I don't get it. Like, literally, Reguilon and Ben Davies are awful defenders, yet we've focused on the other side. I don't really get it. I mean, what are options for Villa? Hang on. Just doing... Okay, there we go. The options for Villa off the bench... Okay. This might be a bit rogue, but hear me out. Leon Bailey on the right hand side. I'd take Rogers. Rogers just hasn't played well again. Take Rogers off. Have Bailey on the right. Get him to actually run at Reguilon. I feel like he could turn Reguilon like inside out. If we got the Leon Bailey we got off the bench against Palace, we might get somewhere. Because he was really good off the bench in that game. For an awful game it was. He seemed to be the only player who wanted to do anything. If we get that version of Bailey, we could be in for something. Rogers is like so wasted out wide. Daniel Marlon is an option even now. I know people will probably say later on, but Marlon could be an option. Villa, I think at some point might have to go two up front. Like we've tried with Duran and Watkins in the past, we might actually have to do that because it's going to get desperation time eventually. Like we have to win this game really to have any hope of Champions League. So yeah, I mean by some miracle, I suppose Chelsea and Forest could lose, but that's not going to happen, is it? Let's be real. Chelsea United is currently goalless, 10 minutes gone in that game. United, in fairness, have fielded quite a strong team, but Chelsea have had the only shot of the game so far. If you're interested in other football today in League 2, it's Walsall-Chesterfield in the playoffs. It's still goalless in that game. Walsall with a 2-0 lead heading into this. So I think they are heavy favourites now. We'll see if they've got the bottle, though, to actually go and do anything with that. But, though, half-time for this game, it is goalless. And, yeah, like I said, I've just been a little bit disappointed. Little bit disappointed. Yeah, Seeking. I'd rather not have to rely on other teams to get us over the line, but it might have to actually come to that. Alexa, Office Light 50. Get a bit dark in here. Just a little bit dark. Marco Asensio is cooking. He's played well. I mean, this is the best Asensio's played for a while. I think since the Southampton game where he missed 2 penalties, hasn't really been up to it. But today, other than the crosses, I think his set pieces haven't been great, but everything else, Asensio has been really good. And, like, his dribbling was amazing. When he took the piss out of Tell when he dribbled around him. And then played a really good ball into Watkins, and I think it was good one-on-one defending with Danzo, but that really should have led to something, I think. But it's not been bad, but I expected more. I do expect more. I think the stats say it all, really. With 72% possession for Villa, 0.81 XG, 8 shots to their 2. It has been all Villa, but it's that worry on the break, and that's what I'm concerned at. We're going to put more and more players to attack Tottenham, and we are just waiting, essentially, for them to hit us on the break. I am concerned about that. I'm worried that we're going to throw the kitchen sink at them, fail to score, and then Son on the counter attack puts it in. I mean, he literally has more goals at Villa Park than any other player outside of Aston Villa, which is outrageous. In his career, he scored 6 goals at Villa Park, which is more than any individual. And he looked lively again. Could have made it 1-0 Tottenham with a curling shot early on today as well. John on YouTube says, it's like watching paint dry, to be honest. Nothing frustrates you more than watching Conte stand with the ball. I like the slow build-up, but in games where we need to win, I feel like it frustrates the crowd. You want to get the crowd on your side. And, the crowd's been a little bit flat. It doesn't help that I find we're a very nervous fan base, and when we're nervous, fans don't really sing. I just feel like if we just played with a little bit more, a little bit less tiki taka, more prime Tony Pulis, just thump the ball long sometimes. Don't be afraid to go direct. We're so scared. I don't think we played one direct pass all game. Don't be scared to try and hit them on the break. It's fine. That's the only way they've tried to play through us, is hitting us on the break. I think we can do that back to them when we win the ball high up. Tom Talks says, up the Villa. What plans do we need to win this? We do indeed. That's what I'm worried about today. That's why I'm worried about it. No, Surrender says, Villa falling apart again. Long way to go, my friend. If falling apart is 0-0, then that's not too bad, is it? Tom, what have you made of the game? I've seen a lot of people's opinions of, not too many positive opinions, to say, of this so far. It's still goalless, though, and we still have a long way to go. Long way to go, indeed. If any Villa fans realise they have to carry the team, not the other way around, says Seeking. We do, indeed. We do, indeed. Maguire, no way. Don't you bait me. Don't tell me it's 1-0 to Manchester United. Don't do that to me. Hang on. It is! Oh my god. Chelsea 0, Man United 1. Harry Maguire has scored for Man United. What a... I'm. You know what? While we're waiting, I might as well put the other game on. Because it's half time anyway. Wow, that's a huge shock. Manchester United. It's not even from a corner. Maguire with the most striker finish you've ever seen. Side-footed, planted in the far corner. Oh my god, my slabhead. Absolute icon. With the knee slide as well. He has the best knee slide in the game. Chelsea 0, United 1. That's unbelievable. I am stunned by the check in VAR. Oh, don't do this to me. I've laughed too much now. They're going to check VAR. What's going on here, then? I'm going to listen to him. Oh, he might be off. I think he's offside. Is the point of the arm keeping onside? Oh, we're going to see that disallowed. Disallowed. Maguire's goal won't stand. And we're going to see the semi-automated offside. Yep, there it is. Yeah, Maguire is offside. Oh, it's tight, but I did say when I saw it, I had a bad feeling. Maguire's goal won't stand. So elsewhere, at Stamford Bridge. It still remains 0-0. God's sake, that would have been that would have been an absolutely huge result. Yeah. John said that the whole 10 will pull 3 goals in. Brummies suffer with the nerves and a pessimistic nature. True. I thought Villa would struggle, but United would raise the game. Maguire's turning from a defender to a wing. I mean, Maguire's had like a remontada of his own. I don't know what's going on, but he's in the Europa League. Like the cross he put in, like he's a better winger than Garnacho, bro. Fake crossing and then slings it into the near post. Top player at times. He makes me laugh. He does make me laugh. Do use a favour, Man United. Oh, do us a favour. I think you meant to say. Do us a favour. I hope they do. Sanchez is shit. What is that? Have you if you're watching the Chelsea game, Sanchez nearly puts it out of play under no pressure at all. His distribution is shocking. He's so bad. The Chelsea fans started booing when the pass came out. Bear in mind, he's supposed to be a ball-playing keeper. That pass from Sanchez, that was shocking. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Oh, we're back underway at Villa Park. I just realised the game's back on. I got two involved in the United game. We're back. Villa Spurs. We're up for the second half here. And we hope and pray we hear news of a United goal at some point. Torres for Villa. We're now attacking the Old 10. Please, Old 10, do enough. Sometimes it's the only stand in the ground that has atmosphere, as unfortunate as it is. I think since we got promoted from the Championship, I don't think Villa's atmosphere has been amazing, other than like specific games. Overall, I think it has declined. Cash back to Konza. Can we focus on the Villa? I've gone back. I didn't realise the game, to be fair, was already back on. I was intrigued with what was going on in the game at Stamford Bridge. Torres forward into Asensio. Gets a 1-2, but once again, Sar's there to mop up for Tottenham. Villa get the second ball. Asensio edge of the box. Does he win a throw in there? Corner. Does very well, Asensio. Well done. Completely surrounded. Still gets a set piece of Villa. I hope he doesn't take it though, because his set pieces have been absolutely shocking. So I'm going to hope it's not him. It is Asensio corner. Okay, well, we'll see. I just think his crosses have been far too short on every single occasion. Asensio will take it again. And it's just in the hands of Kinski. His corners and free kicks have just not been great. Oh my God. Kinski has bowled it forward. There could be a 1-on-1 for Spurs. Well defended by Maatsen. Kinski nearly got an assist there with a throw. We've pushed that many players forward from the corner. Maatsen has to track back to defend. That literally could have been a 1-on-1 for Tottenham from our own corner. Giving me flashbacks to Liverpool away early in the season. We pushed so many players forward for a corner to be that bad. It's beggars belief here. Cash for Villa. It's just as you were, really, from the start of the second half. All Villa's possession. Onana. Good ball into Cash out wide. 1-on-1 against Reguilon. Gets the cross in left footed towards Watkins. Doesn't get the header. I don't think either of the two centre-halves get it either. It'll be a goal kick for Tottenham. Good cross from Cash. I think Cash weirdly crosses the ball better with his weaker foot. It's a good ball into Ollie, but he doesn't quite get off the ground. Yeah, he barely gets off the ground at all. Danzo does well. I think Danzo has coped really well with any kind of aerial presence from Ollie Watkins. Spurs play out from the back. Good bit of defending from Asensio as he deflects their long ball. We're going to press up high, I imagine. Atmosphere Chelsea's buzzing, dead. Villa Park, it's a no. Yeah, I tell you, Villa, it's always been the way. Villa Park, when it's nervous, is just so quiet. It's literally just, all I hear is the whole 10. All I hear is the whole 10. Oh, Konza having some handbags here with Telt. Not sure what that was all about, but Son separates the two. They're still having words, Konza and Tell. It took Tottenham's captain to push Konza away from the situation, which is funny. They're still chatting. Son, yeah, push him away, Son. He keeps yapping, bruv. And now Region is having a moan. Oh, for goodness sake, lads. Could the referee not book him? He keeps crying about it. No, I don't, to be fair. Spurs sleep. I don't. I know it's popular, and I get why. It's just, I don't know. It's not really for me, I guess. I mean, he does swing an arm at Konza there. I don't know if I like that from Tell. He swings his arm towards Konza. He's quite lucky he doesn't really connect there. Because it's very dirty from Tell. I think if they had a proper look at that. What happened here? Oh, did Onana pinch Region's nipple? What's going on? Region's showed... I'm not even joking when I say this, right? This feels like it's pantomime. Region showed the referee his nipple. He's still showing it, bruv. Is it a squeeze, a scratch? What happened? He keeps showing his nipple, bro. This game is becoming a farce. What's going on? Genuinely insane. But Tell is dirty though. He did swing an arm towards Konza. So he didn't make connection. He's lucky. I'm not joking. He pulled his shirt up and he showed his nipple. Literally showed his nipple. I'm not joking. Bassoum is coming on for Tottenham, first sub of the game. We had like a 2-minute stoppage there. Oh, Chelsea hit the bar. Oh dear. I don't know why certain comments get removed, by the way. It makes no sense to me, but... Can I even oh, there we go. I can approve it. Chelsea off bar got censored. TikTok's chat is stupid. You get censored for nothing on this platform, I tell you. I have standard chat like policy. So I don't know what the most like the highest strict chat rules are gonna be. Like if you put anything that's like more than 4 words. Cross from Cash towards Asensio plucked out the sky by Kinski. Mate, it's crazy. How is hitting the bar anything? It's unbelievable. Good interception from Torres. My knee got better from the barbecue last week, so ball playing. Censorship. Censorship. X is good. There's a lot of racists over on X, so I try not to go on it too much these days. It's just not nice to see some of the stuff that people say. Davis for Spurs. They go down the left-hand side. Son outside the boot. Pokes it forward. First actual chance for Tottenham, if you want to call it. Cross from Son. It's not a bad ball. Caught by Martinez. Villa finally going direct, which is nice, but I mean, the pass wasn't great. The idea I like that. I want us to be more direct. Oh, Nana with a very silly foul. My shooting capitals got deleted too. It's crazy. It's mad. Son dancing against Rodgers. Spurs cross on the left. It's overhit by Region. It might even go that it will. It actually travels all the way to the far side. Jed Spence for Tottenham. 55 gone here. Still, it remains 0-0. Like I said, I'm going to be watching the Chelsea United game in like the corner of my eye, hoping for a miracle from United as things stand, because it's not been great from Villa. Although, do we deserve Champions League if we can't even beat Spurs B team? Danzo. Ball down the line. Gets a 1-2 here with Jed Spence. Mikey Moore, I do like him. He's just not really been too involved in the game today. Region. Son takes over. Tell completely surrounded. Does well. Cushions it into Son. Bro, how are we not losing? You're playing well, mate. If I presume you're a Spurs fan with the name of Dejan Kulusevski. I don't know what to say. Spurs have played all right. They've defended very deep, which I expected. But Villa, I think we've just struggled to break Tottenham down. Kinski's played well in goal. Made a top save when he needed to. And yeah, I mean, look, we've had 71% of the ball. Spurs have had a bit of possession in the last minute. It's been Tottenham possession, but other than that, yeah. I say it as it is on this channel, you know? I don't like to bullshit. Danzo, 55 gone, man. 0-0. Davis hooks it long. Looking towards Son. That's out of play, and that'll be the first poor pass for Tottenham in that run of passage of play, if you want to call it that. I just read a comment, sorry. They disappeared. AJ, how's your day been? Hopefully good, bro. It's been good, other than this. Typical football could be the way to bring the mood down. Weather's good, everything's fine. But Villa could upset me today if we don't win, or especially if we lose. Oh man. Oh my life. Konza moves the ball down the right with Cash. Chops onto his left foot. Everyone back helping defend for Tottenham. The Villa crowd groaned when Cash decided to chop back. Torres' pass is horrible. Won back by Konza though. It's just been the story of the game so far, that kind of pass. Asensio edge of the box for Villa. Inside the box now. Cross deflected. Villa corner, but what have we done with it? I feel like it's pointless getting excited for corners when we've done nothing with it. I'd rather Vicario in goal for Tottenham here, because Kinski actually seems confident coming out with claiming the cross. The Villa crowd trying to do their bit here, although I've not heard them too much today, in fairness. Corner to Villa. Tell with the headed clearance away. Everyone back defending for Tottenham. Oh, that's awkward. And Tell's got it. And Kamara does enough to just about hold Tell off and lay it off to Martinez. But, I mean, with Tottenham putting so many players... With them putting so many players back, I don't know. Long ball towards McGinn. Won back by Maatsen. We got it! Maatsen for Villa in the box! Shot is unbelievably defended by Danzo. That's outrageous. From Danzo. Throws himself into the challenge. We got a lucky ricochet, but sometimes all you need in football. Lucky bounce. A really good bit of defending from Danzo, who's been top class for Spurs. Danzo and Sarr have been unreal. Genuinely unreal for Tottenham. Corner to Villa, 59 minutes played now. Yeah, Villa away are much better in terms of atmosphere. Corner to Villa. Konza! Yeah! Ezri Konza gets the touch! Villa take the lead! We needed that! Ezri Konza, of all players, 1-0 to Aston Villa. Massive, massive goal in the fight for Champions League. I wondered if it was coming at all today. The longer this game has gone on, the more nervous I have got. Villa corner, headed on and flicked in by Ezri Konza just in front of goal. And I said it today even, Konza's one of the most underrated players in the Premier League, and especially Aston Villa. As someone who doesn't score many goals, he put Villa 3-2 up in the Champions League against PSG, and he puts Villa 1-0 up against Tottenham in the final home game of the season. Cushioned by what a cushion header that is from Ollie Watkins. Someone who, typically isn't known too often this season anyway for his assists. I know he got the most assists last year. This season, I mean, that is unbelievable from Watkins though. That header is absolutely terrific. 1-0 Aston Villa. And well, I said, and we're going to see if it actually happens, a goal will completely open this game up now. There's no way this stays at just 1-0. Because Spurs, they actually have to come at us now if they want. Kamara, Villa starting to cook here already. Edge of the box, still Kamara on the ball. Pokes it forward. Falls to Watkins for Villa! Oh, great save, Kinski. Villa could have wrapped up the game inside a minute of scoring. And Ollie's down holding his leg here, which is something I just do not want to see. Ollie Watkins gets the ball. I mean, it's really good defending. I think a lot of the power gets taken out the shot. And I'm just seeing the replay here. Kamara, it's lucky deflection. Is that Ben Davies with the recovery challenge? I'm just seeing this again. Danzo couldn't get tight to him. Ben Davies, what a challenge. He does just about enough to stop Ollie from scoring. I'm going to see. Does Davies actually get the ball, though? I mean, that will be the thing we look at now. I think he does just about get the ball. It just gets a lot of the man as well, unfortunately, for Ollie Watkins' case there. If that's a legitimate tackle from Davies, that's an unbelievable bit of defending. Top bit of defending. He's back on his feet, Ollie, and to some applause from the Villa fans. Might be an idea if he's still feeling a little bit hurt to bring on Daniel Marlin for Ollie Watkins. Yeah, I think in fairness, I think Davies got the ball. He just took so much of the man. Should be a free kick to Villa. It is foul on Konza. He's in fact we've got two players down. Rogers down as well. Ange Postecoglou clearly not happy with two players on the floor. So what happened here then? Oh yeah. So two Villa players came together. Konza fouled by Tau, and then as Konza's rolling, he just smashes into Rogers. Literally two Villa players colliding hurt them both. Unbelievable. Okay, or someone's upset, so you're going in timeout, my friend. It's okay. You'll be fine. Ariel, because we are, my friend. I mean, we've won. If the top six was done by trophies, we would be the sixth biggest side. So it is true. I mean, some people say Leeds are a massive club. Leeds, I don't know. If you take the fan base out of the equation, Leeds haven't won that many trophies. Is what it is. Thank you for the gift from Welder. 4 GGs. I appreciate you, man. Torres for Villa, 63 minutes played, still 1-0. Torres into Watkins. Drops very deep to help the ball find its target. Maatsen into Onana. The crowd, finally, I mean, it started to become a little bit more loud, but I don't know. It has been a fairly flat atmosphere up until this point. Cross from Rogers deflected into the hands of Kinski. I think from this position, if we bottle, it's unacceptable. 1-0 up against Tottenham, a Tottenham B team who have absolutely no care about their league position, and all they care about is the final. If we bottle from here, it's over. Like, we have no one to blame, no excuse to have. We'll see. It's still 0-0 at Stamford Bridge between Chelsea and Manchester United. United with a goal disallowed as well. Maatsen, oh, that's a silly foul from Maatsen, really. Mikey Moore goes down. Oh, it's a shoulder to shoulder. That's outrageous to give that. It's literally shoulder to shoulder. And as I say it, the co-commentator said the exact same thing. To give a foul for that is soft. Incredibly soft. Is it just not a contact sport? Imagine that gets given in the 90s. Imagine the crowd then. Outrageous to give that as a foul. Zero strength for Mikey Moore. He gets absolutely mashed up there from Matsson's shoulder. Matsson's not exactly a big guy either. Thanks for roses from Welder. I appreciate you, mate. I've had a lot of gifts today. Thank you, guys. I do appreciate it, as always. Free kick to Tottenham. It's an awkward position as well, you know. Out wide. Tell fakes it. Region tries to cheekily go for goal there. Tell's cross is deflected. And Spurs, I think that's just about throwing, yeah. Not quite a corner for Tottenham. Referees quick to card Villa players, but slow to their opponents. I hate to moan about referees. It doesn't quite... I can agree with what you say, but every team has refereeing shite to deal with. I'd rather focus on things that we can affect in the game. And like things we do well, things we don't do well. I'd rather talk about that. Because you'll just always have it in football. It is what it is. Long ball forward for Tottenham. Collected awkwardly by Tell. He'll keep it alive on by the corner flag. Cuts it back to Mikey Moore. Jed Spence. I thought he was going to put an early cross into the box, and so did Ollie Watkins tracking back. Tell, his pass is intercepted. Spurs with a bit more possession since the goal they conceded. I think they have to, really. They have to be a bit more expansive with the way they play. And I still think Tottenham have played well. It's just one moment they don't defend, in fairness. One moment. All it is. Fans can affect referees, create a hostile atmosphere. Referees will follow through. Hello, Brooke. Thanks for the heart me from Welder. Appreciate you, mate. 66 gone here. Still remains 1-0 to Aston Villa. Yeah. Flat game. At moments. Very flat. But we're leading 1-0. That's all that matters. All that matters. Torres in towards Konza. Kamara. 66 minutes gone. To be honest, a lot of my attention right now is on this monitor. Chelsea, Man United. That's where a lot of my attention has gone, unfortunately. Thanks for the roses, Welder. Appreciate you. Anana. In towards Konza once more. Imagine us finishing second. I mean, that would be ridiculous. A lot would have to happen. I think Arsenal have to lose every game. Well, it's a funny thing to say. I don't think it's realistic. Konza hooks it forward towards Cash. It's not great. I mean, he gets a corner, I think, for his effort there. Well done, Matty Cash. $20 minutes to go. 20 minutes to go, yeah. Corner to Villa. In swinger. Headed away. Collected by Kamara. Oh, bad touch from Watkins there. Still keeps it alive. 20 to go. Still 1-0. Watkins. Back towards Kamara. Maatson. How that found Torres is unbelievable. Villa still keep it alive. McGinn. Beats one. Goes for goal! Oh, John McGinn not far. John McGinn not far away. Hammers it towards goal. So nearly. Still 1-0 to Aston Villa. That Ezri Konza goal is the difference here. Asensio for Villa. Asensio, really tame effort. Easy block in the end. I mean, how he's not hammered that towards the far corner or done anything really with that, I don't know. Very strange decision. They're showing Rodgers' heat map. 15 minutes, he's touched the ball twice. Oh, dear. Asensio. Still Spurs. A lot of players back for this. Cross, only half cleared. Onana. Maatsen wrestles well, wins the ball well, brilliantly. Maatsen cross. Finds Cash. Matty Cash! Oh, and the crowd urged him to shoot, and he did. But he put it wide. Oh, man. The crowd hyped him up. Edge of the box. It's one you get to run on and connect to the ball how you like, really. But I think he just... Yeah, he didn't settle himself. He did not settle himself at all. Thoughts Asensio stay or go, says Erica. The best way to answer that question, right? If we keep Asensio, which is a big if anyway, because he might not want to join here permanently, but if we do, if it means having Rodgers out wide, it's not worth it. I think for Asensio, my hype for getting Asensio here at Villa is if him and Rodgers share the 10 role, as in like one starts, one comes on, you rotate them. Trying to shoehorn Rodgers out wide has not worked all season, and we keep doing it. So if it meant putting Rodgers out wide, it's not worth it. I'd rather sell Rodgers and get like 100 million for him. It's not worth it. That's my take. I like Asensio, but literally one of our best players, the best carrier of the ball arguably in the division, is just shoved out wide. Liza, I do have faith. I used to. I grew up very religious, but not anymore. That kind of puts you off, I suppose. Torres on the ball for Villa. What's the score? Still 1-0 to Aston Villa. Still 1-0. I've had an up the Leicester. Don't mind a bit of Leicester. I hope you noise against Man United. Hope you noise. I don't know what you mean by that. If you mean we hope we win, I certainly bloody do, but our record at their ground's terrible. Only one win at Old Trafford since 2010. Which is kind of crap. It was a Courtney Howe's header and a Bruno Fernandes missed penalty that got the result. And even in United's banter era, they always managed to find a way. And they even relegated us, technically, in 2016. I mean, we're already down anyway, but it officially happened at their ground. So it's just not a good hunting place for Aston Villa. I agree Rodgers' performance dipped since his arrival. Needs to work the team around him. I feel like Emery seems to feel the need to constantly have his best players always on. And there's no need to do that, really. Kamara for Villa has space! Yes! Boubacar Kamara! What a goal! That should seal it, surely. Kamara with an absolutely extraordinary finish here. Shot across goal, bottom corner. I mean, that's the best goal he scored for Villa. He's barely scored for the club. What a goal. Boubacar Kamara makes it Villa 2, Tottenham 0. Terrific strike. Absolutely terrific strike. That should be game, set, match for Aston Villa here. I've seen the replay. Kamara fakes a pass. Oh, that's fantastic. That is fantastic. There's a little dummy run from Asensio and he uses it to drag a defender away. Gets a bit of space onto his left foot. Smashes it across goal. Kinski, no chance. It's actually a terrific finish. Kamara, I would say, is not really known. It's very safe to say he's not known for his finishing. But you could never tell. If you watch that replay, he has hit that hard and low. And Kinski, who gets a finger to it, doesn't get enough. 2-0 lead for Villa is huge. All eyes on Stamford Bridge now, surely. That will be the pressure for Chelsea that they don't want to hear about. The Aston Villa lead in the final home game of the season. As things stand, with a long way to go, especially at Stamford Bridge, Villa go into 4th. Manchester City 2 games in hand. Chelsea drop to 6th place. They have to win to keep the pressure up. Aston Villa 2, Tottenham 0. With 15 minutes to go, you would imagine that's game over. The assist, who? It might have been Asensio. Villa have it again. McGinn fakes across on the byline, hooks it into the box. Well defended, to be fair. And a corner to Aston Villa is given. The Villa crowd, I think, can finally relax a little bit. It was a Morgan Rogers, someone who I gave a little bit of criticism to. And I mean, it wasn't the most ground-breaking pass in the end. But he technically does get an assist for the Kamara goal. McGinn for Villa in the box. McGinn! Oh! We take a very fancy corner short. McGinn tries to bend it in the far corner. Has all the time in the world, really. And he just about puts it wide. It's not far wide. Really good play, though, for Villa. Spurs they don't wake up to Villa's short corner. You can tell their heads have dropped in this game. Because if this game was still 0-0, they'd have rushed out to meet John McGinn there at the edge of the box. But yeah, Hammer 2023. Technically, it was like I said, it was a Morgan Rogers assist. So there you go. 16 shots to Spurs 3. Spurs have just not really come out the second half. For all the praise I gave them in the first half, that's starting to disappear very quickly because they've done absolutely nothing second half. And poor Ange Postecoglou, it will be 21 Premier League defeats this season. 21. Their goal difference at one point was very, very high. It's now down to 2. 61 conceded, 63 scored. What's funny is Spurs have still scored more goals than Villa, but sit a lot lower down in the Premier League table. Well, Big Six side, they say. Lots of question marks. Look, it's Spurs B team, so I'm not going to laugh too hard about Tottenham, but yeah. Dear. Spurs, I mean, if they have a collapse here and lose this game 4-0, their positive record... I mean, they'd have to concede technically another 3 here to go into the negatives, but they would lose their positive goal difference. One of the few things they've had all season if they have a disaster here. Onana writhing in pain here, which is something I don't want to see with an important game against Man United next week. Just going to see what happened. Oh, he's accidentally scissored Onana. I shouldn't laugh because he trips, but he has hurt Onana accidentally. He has just kind of slipped and awkwardly gone into Onana. Spurs 2 league titles. I don't know, only 2 league titles. That's less than Sunderland, by the way. Less than Villa, obviously. Newcastle, Sheffield Wednesday, I think, have won 4. So lots of teams have won more league titles than Tottenham. Safe to say. But I'm not here to laugh at them too much. Odebear, not a bad ball. Does find his target, but Cash with a very good tackle. Kept alive, though, for Tottenham. They hook across. Well, I say they hook across him, but it's a really poor ball from Archie Gray. Very poor ball. And well, he's easily claimed by Emi Martinez. 78 gone. Villa 2, Spurs 0. I wonder what's going on at Stamford Bridge. We did have a goal get ruled out. Harry Maguire put United at 1-0 up, but VAR did disallow the goal. They're into the 6th minute of injury time in the end of the first half, so I wonder what's happened here. I wonder if anyone could tell me why there's so much added time in that. United with a lot more possession, but Chelsea with all the chances. 7 shots to United's 1, although 6 of them have been off target. So, yes, Chelsea looking toothless without their striker. Maatsen for Villa gets a cross in, but, I mean, Kinski will have an easy catch there. It's quite nice to actually have a little bit of a breather here. That second goal has completely killed the game as a contest. Tottenham haven't really done anything in the second half, in fairness, but you can tell their heads dropped as soon as Kamara made it too. The game has been essentially been done and dusted. All eyes for them have been on the Europa League final anyway. But yeah, who scored? It was Boubacar Kamara as a very unorthodox goal scorer. Terrific goal. Like I said there, you wouldn't tell Kamara is not someone who's known for scoring goals based on his finish alone, because it's a really confident strike. Uses a dummy run from Asensio and smashes the ball into the far corner. Really, really top goal, should say. Pau Torres for Villa. We could make changes, by the way. We've not made a single sub all game, and I feel like at 2-0, we definitely should have brought players on. We have 5 subs to make. We haven't made a single one. I find that very strange. Daniel Marlon definitely could have played more today. Don't quite understand that decision, to be honest. Thank you for the rose from, is it Pricey? So Spurs, Spurs did field their B team, yeah. And to be fair, first half, Spurs were very good. I'll give them credit. They defended quite compact, had a couple of chances of their own. Second half has been awful. I don't know what Ange said at half time. It did not work. Because they've come out a completely different team. They come out in the second half how I expected them to come out in the first half. They've been really, really poor. Barely attacked Villa at all. Maybe their idea was to just sit in and hope. But to not even try and hit Villa on the break, all they had was Villa had a corner where we pushed so many players forward, hell chased the long ball, but then Kamara was able to drop back and lay it off to Martinez anyway. That's genuinely even remotely the closest they've looked to doing anything. They do have something here though. Reggiani puts a cross into the box, but it's once again dealt with by probably man of the match, Ezri Konsa. I mean, it's not just for his defensive work today, but scoring a very important goal as well has proved to be the crucial difference so far. Rodgers on a mazy run. Rodgers, Danso awkwardly nearly gets run by Asensio there. I think he wanted Kinski to come and claim the ball, which he never did. And Asensio saw an opportunity there for Villa. Torres, what a game he's had as well. Pau Torres, very confident with his passing. Maatsen back towards Pau Torres. So fill the B team, what's the point of moving the fixture? I don't know. A lot of people have asked that, Steve. I think to give any advantage possible, you're going to want. But I'm with you. I'm with you, Steve, because it feels weird to try and push a game to then not really care about the squad that they field anyway. But it's any kind of advantage they can get, they're going to try and get. It just feels very pointless seeing the team they've played today. They've even rested their keeper. Kinski's in goal. It is the most second string side you can get at Tottenham right now. They've got Danzo at centre back with Ben Davies. Jed Spence at right back. Probably will start in the final, but there's not many of these players will start that final. Maatsen for Villa tries to poke it forward. First actual attack for Tottenham, which gets completely shut down. Spurs, I think, did make a change. We've seen Dominic Solanke come off the bench, and Bentancur came on for Reguilon. So those are, I think, just minutes for them to get in preparation for the final. Daniel Marlon is about to come on for Villa. It took the 83rd minute for a Villa sub, by the way. 83 minutes. It's not been too bad in the end. I just feel like we could have brought on some players, man. Not risked any injuries. I definitely would have took Ollie off in this game. I don't know. Is Son still playing? He's been missing second half. Very good question. Son is off. He went off for Solanke. I mean, I literally didn't see Son touch the ball second half. I'd be very surprised if he had more than 5 touches in the second half, Son. But he's off anyway. Solanke's come on. To be fair, that little moment with Solanke was the first time he's had the ball so far. Maatsen into Onana. Just triangle passes between Onana, Maatsen and Kamara here. Torres. 6 minutes to go. Villa 2, Spurs 0. Goals by Ezri Konsa and Boubacar Kamara have been the difference. 2 players who don't really score goals, by the way. Oh, so a bit of a wayward pass, but Kamara mops up again. I mean, he's definitely another shout for man of the match, but it's just your standard Kamara performance. He's not done... All he's done more is just add a goal to his typical defensive midfield duties. What I find funny, though, is I said earlier, and I might even clip it, I said earlier in the stream, Kamara doesn't provide too much going forward. And then he goes and makes it 2-0. I might turn that into a highlight, because I find that quite funny. Torres. That's a good hook pass from McGinn down the left-hand side. Asensio lays it off to Maatsen. Onana now. Still Marlon's yet to come on, so he's got ready a couple of minutes ago, but we're yet to make a change. 5 minutes to go. Asensio now on the byline, gets a cross in. Kinski catches. Some big clubs will come in for him if we don't get to Champions League, says Ben Edwards. And let's hope we get it. Kamara is our best player by distance. I have said many times before, we horribly miss Kamara when he doesn't play. He does a lot of the small things that people don't realise. A bit of a potential injury issue here. What's going on? What is going on here? More subs. Richarlison's going to come on for Tottenham. Ollie Watkins is off. It is going to be a like for like. Daniel on for Ollie Watkins. Ollie waves at his missus in the crowd as always. Oh, the crowd. That's nice. The camera went. Oh, I think his mum's here, actually. I think I saw his mum rather than his missus, actually. The camera picked her up anyway. Daniel on for Villa. Here's a scary question. Is that Ollie Watkins' last ever Villa game at Villa Park? I hope not. But I've heard, and I'm sure the Villa fans also in the chat have heard, we have to make a big sale. We'll see what happens. But that could have been Ollie's final game at Villa Park. We'll never know. He weren't waving goodbye. He was waving to his mum in the crowd. Because the camera showed her as well. Odegaard coming off for Tottenham. I think, is that Mikey Moore as well? Who's just gone off. Yeah, Mikey Moore. He went down injured too, so I think he looks fine now, but he did look a little bit hurt. Brennan Johnson on as well as Richarlison. I'm surprised Richarlison didn't start, to be honest. A few minutes to the end of the game now. Still 2-0. I mean, these are just your typical fitness subs or just to get, some minutes in maybe. Richarlison with a flick header forward for Tottenham. Won back by Cash. You know what? He got a silly yellow card, Cash. I'll give him credit. He hasn't put himself even in danger of getting sent off since the silly card. And he's played, I hate to say it, someone I've given a lot of criticism to, but Cash has stepped up a lot in the last few weeks. I think the only game I think he played actually poor in without any shadow of doubt was Crystal Palace, but a lot of Villa players did in that game, so he gets the benefit of the doubt. Another sub for Villa as Ross Barkley is going to come on. And Amadou Onana's coming off. Well done, Onana. Top performance from him again. Him and Kamara in midfield are just terrific, man. Absolutely terrific. Son went from world class to below average so damn quick. I mean, that's harsh. I actually still like Son, and I think Son played well today as well. So, as someone who, I'm a actually avid fan of Son. He's getting on a bit now. Maybe he probably could leave the Premier League. I don't know. I don't feel comfortable like taking the piss out of Son a little bit. He's always been one of my favourite players in the division. And well, for good reason, seemingly. He scored 6 goals at this ground in his career. So at least once upon a time he was doing all right. Pass from Torres has gone out of play, unusually so. Basuma into Danzo. Well, I don't know why the commentators just said if Emery goes and shakes Angie's hand now, what would he do? He's not going to do that. I feel like you'd be very disrespectful as a manager to go do that anyway. Even though both managers know this game is over. Another sub. We keep making these like weird 1-minute subs. Now it's Leon Bailey. Why couldn't we have done this all in one go? I find weird. But Bailey's another change for Villa. For John McGinn, the captaincy armband is probably going to Martinez here. Emmy comes up and gets the armband from John for the final few minutes of this game. Fair play, John McGinn. Again, solid game from John McGinn. Once again. That first half, several interceptions, got us up, causing problems for Villa. And, I'm happy with how he played today. To be fair, I don't think anyone put a foot wrong, really. Yeah, very good. I agree, Michael. I'm a Chelsea fan, but enjoy UCL footy next year because we ain't getting in. I mean, look, there's still a long way to go in your game, mate. And we have to go and beat United. Even if, like you could still win both your games and we have no say. Like, your goal difference is much better than ours. Rodgers for Villa. Gets a 1-2 with Maatsen. Good pass. Asensio towards Donyell Marlon. Can't sort his feet out, though. Does well to recover the ball, though, considering Marlon nearly slipped over the ball. Bailey. Marlon makes a run. Bailey doesn't quite see him, though. Cash dukes his way past Tell momentarily. Lays it off towards Bailey. Bailey into Asensio. I think he was looking for the 1-2. Couldn't find it, though. Barkley turns. Ross Barkley for Villa. Why didn't he get the shot away? He could have actually easily had a shot there, I feel. He actually had space. We have not had much space edge of the box all game. Again, it's just kind of this fear of shooting sometimes I find really strange. Cash. 6 minutes out of time have been shown. Don't know what the 6 minutes is for. I don't want to be a broken record, but remember, we only got 3 against PSG. 3. And there was much more stoppage in that game. So every time we get like double or even triple the added time we got in that game, it rattles me. Asensio into Rodgers. Edge of the Spurs box here. Rodgers' pass is intercepted. Villa corner at the whole 10 once more. My man of the match today is Ezri Konsa. I mean, Konsa, defenders don't often get man of the match from me anyway, and that's probably quite poor for me. But Konsa has been rock solid, and he scores an incredibly important goal at an important time. And he's just Mr. Consistent, and probably has deserved multiple man of the match awards from me in the past. So even if you disagree and say it's like Onana, Kamara, several Villa players who are deserving of that title today, it's just something I probably owe Konsa over the season. But he's been terrific, man. Genuinely, Ezri Konsa, I don't give him the praise, honestly, that he deserves. Never puts a foot wrong. High says Konsa is arguably my favourite villain right now. I mean, he's just Mr. Consistent, mate. Mr. Consistent. Ryan said they're horrendous, can't even pass 10 yards out of the box. This is like the way we've attacked them second half. I just wish we had a go at them in the first half because it was a lot closer and they got a lot more confidence. But look at Spurs after they conceded the goal, right? Their heads just sank, and that's the shite Spurs team that we've seen all season. That's the Spurs team that have lost 21 Premier League games. You just have to go at them. And if you get them to concede, they lose faith. Bailey, one-on-one in defending. To be fair, Jed Spence does well. He was one-on-one with Jed, but couldn't quite win that, unfortunately. Bowled out by Kinski. Maybe are we going to see a late chance for Tottenham? They did get a late goal at Villa Park in similar fashion. It was 2-0 and it was Tell who scored. But yeah, cross is poor from Brennan Johnson into the hands of Martinez. And it's a simple catch. Well done, Villa. Fantastic season. See you all Old Trafford next Sunday. Proud of you, says Simon. I worry about that game, mate, to be honest. Our record at your ground is shocking. So, I hope you don't crush our Champions League dream. Because, you usually end the season well at Old Trafford. And like I said, our record there is not great. Under pressure, you never know what can happen. But I'll give the boys a lot of credit. Because even when we've not been fantastic, our form has been amazing recently. Won so many games. And I thought Champions League was done like a month ago. And here we are, potentially going into the final game. With it still all to play for. All eyes on the Chelsea game. That game will still be on for another half an hour after the end of this. But I think, it might even be a 45-minute, actually. I think at the end of this game, it might be half-time at Stamford Bridge. Marlon turns, could get a shot away. Goes down, even. Rodgers picks up the loose ball. Rodgers gets a shot away, deflects off Danzo. Did Danzo stop the ball going in? I want to see the replay on that. Because that could have been potentially nestling in the corner. I don't know. That replay's hard to tell, to be fair. But Danzo, he doesn't know, so he made a block that, at the very least, he thought was important, and it might have been important anyway. Spurs could play for 6 hours, not provide a threat. I mean, the second half has been shocking from Tottenham. I struggle to think of chances they've had since, the Odebear backheel? Asensio, left-footed Asensio floats it towards goal. And, I mean, Kinski would have to have an absolute nightmare to concede that. Oh, Kinski's distribution has sailed out of play. And Villa get the throw in straight away. He tried to be quick there. I mean, I don't know. Not great from Kinski, but he's had a solid game. I don't think he's had a bad game in any say. Barkley, less than a minute to go. Still 2-0 to Villa. I appreciate all the support, by the way, on YouTube and TikTok. We've had lots of viewers today, lots of new followers, not just lots of everything. So if you haven't already, if you're watching on TikTok, please double tap the screen. Maybe think about hitting a follow-up, even if you're not a Villa fan, if you're just a neutral. Maybe you fancy a good hate watch and Villa are playing. You never know. Like, when Villa struggle, the views on this channel spike. And it's heartbreaking sometimes because I'm miserable. So if you're a Villa fan or if just whatever, feel free to hit that follow button. If you're watching on YouTube as well, you can hit that subscribe button. We're getting closer to 4,000 subscribers over on the YouTube. I think on TikTok we passed 7K now, so heading towards 8,000. Appreciate all your support as always. Ball towards Marlon to chase. That might be it though. As the ball goes back to Kinski, that is full time. And it's a huge win for Villa. Clean sheet as well for Villa. Ezri Konza and Boubacar Kamara did just enough for Villa to get all 3 points. I'll give credit to Spurs for that first half. Second half was shocking. And I'm sure any Tottenham fan, if you're here, you will agree. Because that was awful from Tottenham in the second half. And it is their second string side. I'm not stupid. I understand if they played a stronger team here. Could have been different, but I don't know. I find it weird how they played so well in that first half and then provided absolutely nothing second half. But yeah, I mean, all the focus should be on Villa. We did enough once again, and it goes to the final day, seemingly. That Chelsea game, I'm going to put it on in a sec. Thank you all, as always, for watching. For the final time, please hit the follow button, like, all that good stuff. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'm going to do a video on TikTok as well. Give my little match analysis, my thoughts and all that. And I might do a separate video as well after the Chelsea game. Maybe it'll be good news. See you guys then.